All right, welcome back. How about this? The Treasury Department and Internal Revenue Service, they announced plans to issue regulations for the federal Savers Match program. And that's a significant tax initiative aimed at boosting retirement savings for low-income workers beginning next year in 2027. Now, the Savers Match will provide eligible taxpayers with a direct federal matching contribution equal to 50% of the first $2,000 in qualified retirement savings contributions made to an employer-sponsored retirement plan or IRA for a maximum annual match of $1,000. That's according to the IRS announcement. Now, here's the nitty-gritty details, though. A key difference from the Savers credit is that the Savers Match is not a credit. It's actually direct federal contribution of cash deposited into the eligible retirement account rather than a non-refundable tax credit. That can be a big difference, right? The program addresses a long-standing issue, which is that the Savers credit has historically had low participation rates among eligible workers, partly because it only reduces tax liability rather than providing cash directly to retirement accounts. So for more on this, please welcome to the show Mr. Craig Bolanos. Craig, thanks for taking the time. I know we were talking off air before I want to get started here about the folks that kind of bump into you on a daily basis. And we do have a fan up in that Chicagoland area. And I believe her name is Mary Berry. And I want to say hello to Mary. Thanks for being a fan. It came to my attention. And I thought I'd take a couple seconds off of your segment here to let her know I appreciate it. Super fan Mary Berry. All right. Craig Bolanos, you're a super fan. What are your thoughts on this credit versus cash?
Brilliant. Brilliant, because a non-refundable tax credit is only good to the extent that you actually owe taxes, right? So this eliminates that very problem. I don't want to get into the depth, but this is just such common sense. Let's move off of non-refundable tax credits. The key there is non-refundable, and let's put money into an account for people that they can see invested, that they can grow and they can protect, and they too can work towards getting retired. This is just another step in the right direction. This is someone taking Trump accounts for kids and getting Trump IRAs for adults with matching money.
I mean, you're right. It does seem so commonsensical, and I can't believe it took them this long to come up with this idea, and I'm glad that they finally did. But this goes into that bigger macro picture of we have to do a much better job because there's not a lot at the end of the rainbow for our savers and our Social Security recipients because it just has become something that everybody relies upon, and it's just not going to do enough for us. There needs to be more done by the taxpayer or by the citizen, and this goes a long way to helping with that, correct?
It creates visibility. When someone's getting the Savers credit, again, a non-refundable tax credit, it gets lost in the myriad of deductions, credits, and basically the P&L on your tax return. When you make it visible and you put it into a separate account, and people get to see how that account grows by investing in great companies of America. That experience is a teacher. I would argue it's a divine teacher that creates a positive habit loop where people start to say, wow, I want to do this every year. I want to get a match from the federal government versus a refund that simply gets blown at Jewel Osco, Publix, or wherever it is that you're shopping. I just think it's a long time coming. These concepts have been around since 2002. It's funny, it took the right people to finally get them into play with legislation in 2026 that goes into full force and effect January 1, 2027.
So the big deal here, the big difference is all right, so you get a tax credit. You don't have to pay as much as you would have in tax. And theoretically, if you save $1,000 in tax with a tax credit, if you take that $1,000 and turn around and put it in the market, it probably ends up doing the same thing as the cash that you're going to get. But hardly anybody, if they have a tax credit, is going to take the money that they got the credit for and put it into the market. So you can't have a theoretical tax credit compound in the market over 20 years like you can with the Savers Match that's going to compound because it's actual cash over the next 20 years. Those are huge differences.
They're huge differences, and it shows what good operators can actually go and get done with public-private partnerships, right? Partnering with private companies to provide a robust menu of investment options that's going to rival the government's TSP plan. So what everybody wants to know is, how do I get these? Well, anybody who has earned income is going to be able to open an account in 2027. Anybody whose income is below a certain threshold is going to be eligible for that match, we call it the savers match, which is 50 cents on the dollar up to an allotted limit. So wake up, everybody. Free money if you contribute. So I think the bottom line here is we're getting a program for the young Americans. That's the Trump account. We're getting a program now for every single American who is not currently covered by a workplace retirement plan, everyone in the gig economy, everyone who's an independent contractor. This is a shout out that America sees you, America hears you, and this too is a step for financial freedom for all.
The reason I'm going to say it one more time, I've already kind of said it, but the reason I love it is that it just really takes a lot of the pressure off at the end of somebody's going into retirement, because we are always finding people that are end up ultimately going to be short the money that they should have been saving for themselves, and only relying on Social Security. This is really educational. It shows you what you need to do and puts you on that right path. So come retirement time, it's not a massive big discount on what the cash you're going to be taking home, right?
That's exactly it. And the sooner everybody embraces, the better off we are. That's why I employ the taxing authorities in Congress to take this wonderful concept and get the details ironed out quickly so we get it in the hands of the Americans, get it in the hands of advisors and planners. So it's one additional tool that people can implement to go ahead and get retired and stay retired.
100%. And that's Get Retired, Stay Retired. VestGen Wealth Partners up in Chicago. Thanks for coming on, Craig Bolanos. Craig Bolanos, he's the co-founder there.